biggest news of the week, Jules. Let's break it down. 4 Aussies in the NBA draft.
Yep.
First time since 1997. You almost got it right last week off the top of the dome. Can you remember the 4 in 1997?
Ben Pepper, CJ Bruton, Brad Newley, Chris Anstey.
I don't think it was Brad Newley, though.
Oh, wasn't it?
I think it might have been someone else. But yes, very good. Very impressive. All-star picks. It's a bit sad that we
it was Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers, that's it. Thank you. But it was fun watching the second. It's never fun watching the second round. But when you got 4 names, you kind of got your fingers, your toes crossed.
Yeah.
See our boys get drafted. You saw Tyrese Proctor was at the very top of the best available for about 15, 20 picks. But it actually worked out to be a great draft in terms of where they landed. We'll start. Rocco got drafted first. Rocco Zikarsky, the 7'4" big man.
Yes, not Rocco Siffredi. Very different. Very different person.
Very different. Both huge.
Yeah.
7'3".
Hard in the paint. Yeah.
He development big. He's only 18. He's huge. He's gangly. He put up some great statistics in the combine as well with his shooting and agility. He goes to Minnesota, where I think could be a good fit. What do you reckon, Dawes?
Yeah, he's a few years away from being a few years away.
Yes.
They need to, I would say, let him cook for a little bit in Australia, then bring him over, let him cook a little bit in the G League, and then then he should be ready there. But at that age, you don't want to bring him over straight because he's not ready yet. So don't bring him over straight away. And
you don't think they'll bring him over to the G League?
They'll bring him over for Summer League, surely. Yeah. But having him sit on the bench, not going to be great. So if he's playing in the G League, that's probably a good move. But I'd also consider leaving him in the NBL for a season.
I feel like there couldn't have been a much better team for him to go to. You've got Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid. Obviously, Naz Reid, a nice shooting big man that gets after it, tenacious, which I think Lachlan can learn from, Rocco can learn from. And then you got the defense of Rudy Gobert to sort of lean on, and obviously say what you will about Rudy Gobert, overrated defensively, sure, but he does know what he's doing and where he should be most of the time on defense. So I think he can. I was really stoked that he got picked up by Minnesota. Who else got picked up, Dulls?
Lockie Olbrich.
He sure did.
To Chicago. I think he's actually a little bit of a chance to go over. It's always about like being in the right situation, and they've got a lot of backcourt scoring in Chicago. So having just like a, do the dirty work big man is going to be useful. I reckon he'll see a lot of G League time.
A lot of G League time, but there is a route forward for him. I think, again, a good pick for him. Their forwards are garbage. Their centers garbage. I mean, Vooch is great.
Yeah, Vooch is good. Drops away. It's pretty thin after the Vooch.
It does drop away after that. So, there's a pathway there. I saw some photos of him today. He looked good in the Chicago red and white, let me tell you. But I think there's a pathway.
Yep.
They just got rid of... they did just bring in a new forward. They traded out Lonzo Ball this morning. I don't know if you saw that. For someone, I forgot. But
was it Isaac Okoro?
Yep, Okoro, I think, from the Cavs. So, I mean, there's he could potentially see some time. Maybe. So I like that pick. I like that fit for him.
Yep. What do you think about Alex Toohey at the Warriors?
Loved it. They're gonna have to fill up some roster spots with draftees. They're gonna lose Kuminga for nothing. They do have a little bit of cap space, but they've got a bunch of free agents they've got to re-sign. GP3 and the likes. So they really liked his IQ, his positioning. A big-bodied passer who they believe can fit straight into their system. He is a very good fit for GSW. He could, and they have shown that they're willing to give minutes to young guys. They were playing, 12 to 13 players during the regular season last year. So they give people a chance, and he can sink or swim. But in that system, that's the type of system he needs to be in, where he's not being relied on to do anything.
And really. he's a smart player.
Yes.
So I think that's going to be really helpful for him there, because the way that they play, especially offensively, is about being smart and making quick decisions. And, he's not a player who needs to rely on athleticism that he doesn't have. So he can, pass the ball, keep it moving, take the open shot, do the little things. And they need, with the way their roster is constructed, players who can do the little things and are low maintenance. And he's got a chance to stick and be that sort of, 10th man, to work up to that sort of point. I think the draftee I'm most excited about is Tyrese Proctor. I think that's a good spot for him. I think he'll have the longest career in the NBA of the draftees.
Yep. That's a great picker. Unless something amazing happens with Rocco's development, I agree with that.
I think just reliable backup point guard will play minutes. We'll see multiple contracts. I think he could be like your Aaron Holiday, who's that Houston type sort of player who just stays ready when it's his turn, comes in, will make a shot, will make a pass, will do some things defensively. Smart player, and I think in his college career, playing with some high-level players and understanding how to be a good complementary piece.
First and 4th and 10th pick in this, 3 top 10 picks in this draft as well. So he has played with some very good players. And did great, shot over 40% from 3, low turnovers, good athlete.
Yep.
I think that's a really good fit. And the Cavs, although they did trade for Lonzo Ball, Lonzo Ball's going to pay, 12 to 13 games next year, so that doesn't matter.
Ty Jerome may not stick around.
Ty Jerome will not stick around. They can't afford him, unfortunately.
Mitchell can get injured every now and then.
Garland's already injured. Who knows when he's coming back? He should be back for the start of the season, but who knows? So I could see him, we'll see how it goes in Summer League, which starts next week, if you can believe it.
I think he'll start the season in the G League, but I think by the end of the season he'll be.
I think he's going to go straight in. We'll see how that goes, but I think he'll be playing game 1 for that team.
Huge.